Kira with Keys to the Vox Vocal Academy, and I'm glad that you're here. Go ahead and hit that like and share and subscribe to my channel for more vocal health tips and vocal education. Let's jump right into it. I want to come to you today to talk about the number one mistake gospel singers make during praise and worship, and it's oversinging. And most singers don't even realize they're doing it. I've been singing in the church since I was 5. So the majority of my life, I have a lot of experience with this. And I have failed many times over. But as a person who stands before you as even a current gospel singer, worship, praise and worship leader, I've been there. I've lost my voice so many times from oversinging. And one of the first points that I want to make is that we oversing when we're starting to get emotional. So, I mean, some might say it's emotion. Many in the church will call it in the spirit. But you know that moment where you kind of get that lump in your throat and it is hard to push through it. It's hard to sing through it. Anytime you get emotional, whether it's in the church or not, it's hard to sing through that tension that kind of builds in your throat, and you shouldn't. So I've learned that when I get to that point where I start to get too emotional and I start to feel that tension in my throat and it's hurting, just stop singing. As a worship leader, take that time to praise. Take that time. It's okay to put that mic down and stop making sound and actually just give your voice a chance and give yourself a chance to be in the moment. Getting emotional and trying to push through that can be detrimental to your voice. It can cause you to experience some discomfort. And anytime, we always say, if you're feeling discomfort, stop doing what you're doing. Discontinue. All right. Passion and vocal effort are not the same thing. So putting forth effort to sing is one thing, but being in a passionate moment is another thing. And they don't have to exist at the same exact time. You can stop putting forth your vocal effort to really experience the passion and be in that moment too. So feeling more doesn't mean you need to push more. All right. Point number 2, you can't hear yourself. How many times have we been doing praise and worship and the sound wasn't quite what we might have needed it to be? And a lot of people don't realize that when you can't hear yourself, you are going to naturally try to push your volume and push harder to be able to hear yourself acoustically. Many churches are using in-ears now, which really helps a lot. I love in-ears now. In the beginning, I couldn't stand them, but I also do love to hear an acoustic, version of what I'm singing too. So some people like to put one in. There's a lot of theories out there, but church sound environments are often challenging for the sound man alone. So, and then once you get a lot of bodies in the room, you got the sound in the room changes again. And then, of course, depending on what type of church you're in, it might be a quiet church and it might be a loud church. The congregation might be loud, and that might be adding to the sound floor that you're starting to subconsciously feel like you need to push over. Sometimes the band is really loud. Some churches have loud bands, some don't. And so you just can't try to push your voice over everything else that's happening in the room. You can damage your voice that way or cause yourself to have some kind of pain or fatigue, or, it's possible. So I wouldn't even try. All right. You want to make sure that your monitor mixes are good. You want to push for sound checks, and making sure that you can hear yourself and then your other singers too. If you're a worship leader, you want to make sure that you advocate for your team as well. That's a part of it, a part of good leading, I think. And when singers can't hear themselves, again, they often increase volume instead of adjusting technique. So you want to adjust your technique. Sometimes you might have to go to that thin fold place. Instead of going, chest voice, you might have to go, chest voice. And you can be intense. I mean, I've done it. I've had to switch mid, song or whatever it is I was doing just to be able to comfortably execute what I was trying to execute. And so again, the answer is not to push harder if you can't hear yourself. The third point that I have is you're carrying too much weight, not weight in your body. Okay. Workload. if your bandwidth is not big enough, right? Many gospel singers take a heavy speech-like or like that chest dominant sound too high. And not all of us could be Kiki Sheard, okay? She can belt really high. But she, you know, some of us have the ability to do the Kiara, but some of us don't. Okay, so, and that's okay. Your body is your body. Your sound is your sound. All right, but don't try to push too high in that chest voice, because naturally, guess what it does? It thins out the higher up in pitch you go, and that's natural. Okay, then you start getting up into thin fold territory. Mixed belt, sure, you could do that, but I wouldn't advise to do it if you don't know what you're doing, or if you can't do it in a healthy way. Okay, the voice never gets a chance to rebalance. So if you're just pushing, you got the gas all the way down to the floor the whole time, there's no room for your voice to bounce back, for that natural elastic recoil to take effect on your actual vocal folds, for things to just kind of like a rubber band. Let it go. Let it snap back for a second. Right? And this creates squeezing. It creates fatigue and loss of flexibility. If you just keep on pushing, and literally pulling those vocal folds, like forcing them rather, to do something that really requires a lot of energy from you, and a lot of tension to build, not just in the vocal folds, but in your muscles too, all your neck muscles, your chest muscles. I mean, release, okay? Release, take a breather. Because power doesn't come from carrying weight higher, from carrying that thick fold and that thick chest sound higher. It comes from efficiency, right? Efficiently using your instrument. The last point I want to make is many gospel singers, praise and worship leaders and singers ignore vocal stewardship. What do I mean by that? You guys have to warm up. You have an instrument that needs to be waking up. We use this instrument that is in our bodies daily just to communicate with people. So we're using it all the time. But when you go to do some more strenuous work, like singing, especially if you're singing hard or singing, like doing belting singing, you're doing multiple services. Let's not talk about that. Like some churches, 2-3 services, or you got a couple different churches you're going to in the weekend. You got choir rehearsals during the week, midweek rehearsals, and you're speaking all day, and you don't have a lot of time to recover and allow your voice to recover. You gotta decrease that workload a bit, and or if that's just not possible, warm up, cool down after you've done a lot of strenuous singing. Get you a little steamer, steam your voice. Drink, make sure you up on your water. You gotta be drinking your water. There's so many things that you could be doing to care for your instrument. And I tell my students all the time, the trumpet players, those people with those external instruments, they can oil them up, put them in the case, put them away. We can't do that, okay? But just like they have the things that they can go to the music store and buy to take good care of, they wiping down their instruments, shining them up. Why can't we do that? And the truth is we can. There are many things that we can do to take care of our instruments and prepare them before we go out to minister, and to use them for long periods of time, and to take care of them and lather them up and put them away in our case at the end of the day, at the end of the performance, to come down, to cool down after rigorous work is done with singing and using that voice in such a way. So at the end of it all, the big takeaway is that the goal isn't to sing harder, okay? The goal is to communicate in a powerful way while using only the amount of effort that's actually necessary for you to use. So don't overuse, okay? Just use the amount of effort that is necessary to get your point across, to get the job done, all right? And that will promote longevity in your voice. That will promote, again, it's biological, our instrument. So it's going to age as you age. But we don't want to tear it down sooner than we have to by wearing it out, because you don't get another one, and you cannot get a vocal fold transplant. Okay, there's no such thing. And you don't want to develop scarring and nodules and things, because there are so many people who have done that too, just from lack of knowledge and preparation for these kinds of things. And when I was young, first starting out and singing in the praise team, I was blowing my voice out every Sunday. After one song, I was completely hoarse. Completely hoarse. And didn't understand why until I got training, and then later on figured it out. Trial and error over the years. So if you don't remember anything else, don't overuse, don't push harder. Even if you can't hear yourself, if things are not right, back off. That should be your natural instinct, is back off. Don't push in. And I'm not saying don't push in spiritually, because that's a whole nother conversation. You can push it spiritually without literally pushing your vocal folds and pushing your voice to past its max, past its limits. Okay. We want to do it in a healthy way. And that's something that's going to take a little time to balance, because it took me a while within myself. Even knowing this information is one thing to know it. It's another thing to be able to implement it. And so you guys, I'm praying for you on your journeys. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments. You guys, I'll be looking to answer anybody's questions. Tell us about your stories. Tell us about the times when you might have lost your voice. Tell us about the things you've learned through your experiences. Maybe you've been singing longer than me and you've been going through this thing. And if you are struggling with it right now, I'd love to be able to chat with you and help you out. Give you some tidbits, give you some things to try. Let's talk about it together. Let's share our ideas. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Go ahead and make sure you like this video, subscribe, look for more videos, because I'm going to be coming at you with some more material about vocal health, vocal pedagogy. I'm a nerd like that. So guys, let's keep the conversation going, and I'll see you in the next one.